asset, declare your asset, make sure that we are prepared to audit the outgoing government so that they tell the Liberian people of their stewardship, and to make sure that we start on a footing where people know that they come to serve the public and not themselves. If they don't understand that, they actually fall where it may.
Mr. President-elect, you talked about asset declaration starting from yourself and the people who work with you, as well as the outgoing administration. How do you plan to avoid the semblance of targeting people? Because some people will say these are politically motivated to tarnish their reputation or to go against them, people from certain tribes or specific parts of the country. How do you plan to avoid this?
We are aware of that. And when we talk about auditing, it's not going to be a Liberian auditing. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender, for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they come on board to do that. We are aware of people saying witch hunting, but I don't think it's witch hunting when you have to account for your stewardship, but it has to be done in a way that is well established, entity with reputation to make sure that it audits and make sure that it reports to the public the findings.
Sometimes people say that politicians make lofty promises when they are campaigning, but when it gets to governance, it becomes different. What would be different? Assuming allies of yours, family members of yours, or people who are close to you, family members, are accused of corruption during your administration, Mr. President-elect, how do you plan to tackle this specifically?
I'm not coming new to government.
Right.
Although in different positions, I ran a public corporation that was credible. And I can tell you that I come to work not with friendship. I have friends, but there is a clear line of demarcation between friendship, family, and managing. With the experience that we come with a country that celebrates 176 years, and with the life of our people living below the poverty line, I don't think we come into government again to start talking about our family, to start talking about, I think we come there to make sure that we give the Liberian people hope, and I'm committed to that.
During the campaigning, you talked a lot about the country's youth, who are the majority of the population.
Yes.
Mr. President-elect, we know majority of them are unemployed, which some people say is a danger to the country's stability and peace. What plans do you have for the people of Liberia, especially the youth, in terms of job creation, in terms of having faith in moving the country forward? What do you have for them?
We came with a mantra that talked about, first we have a platform, and then we have in a brief platform that talks about arrest, meaning agriculture, roads, the rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. We believe these are areas in which we can jumpstart. And in those areas, we believe that our young people who are in the majority, they need to be equipped. We need to open opportunities for them to be trained and be marketable. We also have to make sure that the quality of education that will prepare them for the job market. But to do this, we have to be able to impress our partners and investors, the private sector investment, to make them feel that we are here for business, and this business, their investment will impact the young people, but the young people need to be trained. And we know that there are things that we can jumpstart that could bring the relief to the public. Like I have said, there are in the outgoing government, there are a lot of areas in which we can begin to alleviate the suffering of the people. We're going to examine those areas, like where we know that the prices of commodities, essential commodities like rice and things, where we know that there have been some tariffs that we can work with right away, the petroleum products and some of these things. We want to do those things that I will begin to alleviate. But I have said that in the first 100 days, no car will get stuck in the mud. That means these critical road conditions, we lessen them, because once you improve the road, the travel, the prices of commodities, all of that have reflection. On the job market, we're going to be very cautious because people have a lot of expectations in government, but in government, we have to know what we're inheriting, and that's what the transition team is working with. I come with a knowledge and with experience and a commitment to make Liberia a different country, a country in which the young people, our women, will know that it is time for them to be relieved, and we come to make them know that yes, it's not going to be an overnight thing, but we come with a serious commitment to make sure that we make life easy.
All right. I'd like to say good evening to all of you out there. Whatever you're doing, folks, and however you're doing it, let me say good evening and welcome to this wonderful and powerful segment of our program. This is the talking point, and the talking point is where you have the opportunity, to speak out issues that bothers you. This is where you have the time to talk. This is where we discuss issues from Liberia. So whatever the case is, and however it's going to be like, let me say good evening to you and welcome to this platform tonight. What do we have on the front page, Africa? We'll be going over to our correspondents in the county tonight to bring out information from there. They need to tell us exactly what's happening around our country. We hope and pray that we have Oliver Zille reporting tonight from Grandeur County to actually tell us what's going there in that part of the county. We have other correspondents who should be reporting to us from other parts of our one global world. And so we will also be going over to them tonight to let us know what are unfolding situation in those areas. So if you just join in, I'd like to welcome to this segment of the program. Benson Martin Mokol will be reporting tonight from Margibi County. And Mark Rogers will also be reporting. We hope that we get information from him. Ramsey Clark will be reporting. We hope you guys will be on top of the game tonight, right here. So let's see whether we can go over to get our first, very, very much first. Our first correspondent tonight. Let me see what I can bring him on. to give us information. I learned that the network is a little bit bad there in Grand Jude, but I'm sure we can have him on tonight, right here on this radio. So let's see if we can have him here tonight on this radio. If you're just joining us, I'd like to say welcome and welcome to this wonderful segment of our program. We'd like to say welcome to our program here tonight. So, wow. We want to start going over to see if we can get our correspondent on tonight. But let's take a break, folks. Let's take this break quickly. And easy. Let's see what we can talk to Oliver Zille from Grand Jude County. Oliver, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Shiku, and I'm doing extremely good. It's a pleasure to be with you on your platform.
All right, good. Oliver, tell us what's happening in Grand Jude County tonight.
Yeah, so as the momentum of the by-election continued to intensify in Grand Jude County, one of Grand Jude's sons in Mr. Nathaniel Baba, who is a lawyer, promises to give 50% of his district development if he's being elected as the next representative. He made a disclosure that was on yesterday, publicly expressed his intention to vie for the seat of representation in the prospective or upcoming by-election.
Mm-hmm.
So also he talked about his motive of actually being elected. He continued the legacy of his late cousin, that's Honorable Hugo Madison Guion. Additionally, he also talked about the issue of education as one of the major factors on his manifesto. So according to him, he also stated the importance of education, make sure that he provide training if he be elected, to making sure that he empower the minds of.
Oh my God. Let's take this break.
She can pray for 2 months, but how long is she living? Her hair will gray in a salon.
And a bread will be handsome. You can pray for money. I already get money. The women will roll. I'm a brother, mama, I'm doing well, mama. I'm a brother, mama, I'm doing well, mama. Sí, que sabalivo, no va a correr, I'm a brother,
You take it from you today, yeah, you will take it from you tomorrow, sister. You take it from there today, and I will take it from you tomorrow, brother. Oh, guess I believe, guess I believe, oh, guess I believe. Now for God alone.
Guess I believe. No, but go alone, yeah. I'm about to wait. Never go my way go. Sweet, guess I believe. No, but go alone, yeah. You my big idea.
You want me to have the guy, Bola blow, sweet, sweet, yes, I believe. Now for God alone, no fire, no fire, no come to you, no fire, no fire, no come to you, no fire, no fire, no come to you. No, look out, look at me, bear, look out, no, look out, look at me, bear, look out.
I'm a my work at mama. I want to go. No, but go alone, yeah. Nunca, none. Oh, I'm a parallel. Oh, we got to wear. Oh, mama. Oh, my.
Sweet. Yeah. Ha. Why? Hey, I am Papa Professor June Stopper. That's my name, your country, yeah. Sweet, it's a believe. Now for God alone.
You my big idea. That's your idea. Guess I believe. No, but go alone, yeah.
People be to eat it. Our teachers be eating sweet. It's a believe. Now for God alone.
You my big idea. That's your idea. Guess I believe. No, but go alone, yeah.
People be to eat it.
All right. Okay. So welcome back tonight. Let's now go over to Maryland County and pick up Mark Nyimpa. Mark, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, and thanks for joining Maryland County at this time, Chief.
Mark Nyimpa, tell us what's going on in Maryland County.
Well, today was a historical day in Maryland County. Our first ever vocational school was dedicated in Capel to be preserved, the county capital, where the vocational school was named. TVEP was dedicated today and officially open for those residing in and around Maryland County to be used for its internal purpose for students who don't have perhaps interest in going to the university, who are interested in learning some of these vocational activities, will be able to access their knowledge to do their best for better tomorrow.
Okay. A vocational training center was launched in Maryland County today. That's what you say?
Yes, it was officially open. It was built during the former president, George Weah led government term. And today it was officially open for people to use it.
So what's the name of the vocational training institution?
TVEP. It's called TVEP. Yeah.
Okay, besides that, are there any other stories that you'd like to share with the people of Liberia tonight?
Well, additional story has to do with the Christian community that was having a program, a breakthrough program, that was officially launched today, and they had a parade in the principal street of Flevo, where they encouraged people to come back to Christianity, those who have left the land of Christianity, to encourage them, and they will break their fast finally today. They are going through a fast, I think it was 2 weeks fast that they went through, and today was finalized, and they officially break it, encouraging Liberians and those residing in Maryland County to go back and worship Christ Almighty.
Thank you very much tonight, Mark, for talking to us.
It's my pleasure, Chief.
Mark Nyimpa is our correspondent there in Maryland County. We'll go over to Benson Mattis Moko, and we hope that Benson gave us information tonight from Mangibi County. So as soon as we get Benson on the line, obviously we'll bring Benson over to you folks. If you're just joining us, my name is Sheku Lansana Shape Wainyong Bao to Hindo Waikoroma, and this is the Blaze Communication Network. We broadcast from Monrovia, Liberia. As soon as we receive Benson Mattis Moko, then we'll bring Benson over to you tonight here on this program. Wherever you are and however you are doing it, let's work it out together. Benson Mattis Moko is on the line there from Mangibi County. Benson, good evening, and how are you?
Hello?
Benson, are you there?
Hello?
Benson, are you there?
Well, Sheku, yeah, I'm here.
How are you tonight? Tell us exactly what's going on in Mangibi County.
Well, Sheku, thanks for joining my GB this evening, and it's good that I'm on the platform this evening.
What's going on in Mangibi County?
Well, like I posted in the chat room, a group under the banner Mangibi Young Journalists Association, an advocacy group in Mangibi here, has launched a passionate call to the administration of President Joseph Nima Bouaka and all of
Benson, what's going on with you tonight? I don't know what's about Mohammed Sharif. As soon as we can get Mohammed Sharif from Bomi County, we'll let him to roll through the lines tonight to tell us exactly what's going on there. Mohammed Sharif seems to be very busy. We'll go to Bon County and take Ramsey Clark from Bon County there in Banga City. 29 minutes after 9 o'clock. As soon as we have him on the line, we will definitely bring him over here tonight for you on this platform. My name is Koroma. Let's now go over to bring you Ramsey Clark. Ramsey, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, and good evening to all those listening.
Ramsey Clark, tell us what information coming from Bon County, Banga City.
Firstly, we've been grappling with with internet challenge, and at least the internet has been restored. So, like to say thank you to the different companies. Again, what's coming from the county? There are two stories. The senator of Bon County, Prince Moy, had promised. He had promised to ensure that the different government institutions in the country, be restored. He wants to restore sanity at the different government institutions in the country. So, as part of doing so, he said he met with the president. They have talks and also other government officials that are key to helping him succeed in a quest. So he met with them. He named health centers. He named government schools. He named the security sector. He also named the Banga City Corporation, because he said over the time for the security, they have been grappling with mobility. So as such, they've been finding it difficult to go to different areas, different crimes areas, where crimes are being committed. They find it very difficult to go there. And the city corporation too, they also been grappling with mobility, so they have not been able to adequately deliver on their functions. So those are different institutions. He have promised to ensure that sanity be restored there through equipment in budgetary allocations, because he said that what we see, many of the government institutions were struggling because the past government did not increase budgetary allocations going to the different government institutions in the country. So they were struggling with that. And also the school in District 1. There is an unfinished school in District 1, and the school project was being initiated by the county authority in 2018.
Okay.
But since then, the school has not been completed. The contractors hired to do the job they abandoned the project and fled the town. Several months after, the project was almost at window level. So since they left the town, according to citizens in that part of the area, no county officials have gone there to assess the project. So the project has been there. They've been calling on the county administration, but there have been no sign of completion. The project is there. And according to an head of the town, he told me that when we spoke, he told me that since the town was established, there have been no school constructed there.
Okay.
So school children in the area usually cover far distances to other towns to go and acquire education. But again, parents of the children who cover those distances, they have been concerned about the safety of their children. So some of them have begun withdrawing their children from different schools that are outside the town.
Okay.
And so as part of controlling this, what they did is that they are using unfinished building that constructed by someone as housing. So they are using that building as an elementary school, but the building is not spacious and it cannot accommodate all of the children, the population of school children in the town. So a particular number of children, they accept them every academic year. But then the other girls, children who were deprived of going to school this academic year, many of them are getting pregnant. While some of the boys, children who were also deprived of enrollment this academic year, most of them have turned to drug artists.
Okay. As
a result of the situation, the school is not spacious. The seating capacity is also limited. So they are calling on the county authority through the legislative caucus to ensure that the project initiated in 2018 be completed.
Thank you very much tonight.
Thank you.
Ramsey Clark there in Bond County. Let's go to Mark Maliki Rogers there in Grand Cape My County. If we have him tonight, that would be a very, very good thing for us. Mark Maliki Rogers will be speaking to us tonight from Grand Cape My County. Let's hope and pray that we have him on the line tonight. If he's in our town, that would be a very, very good thing for us. I understood that Mark Rogers is on the line with someone else tonight. But we hope that we'll have Mark Rogers tonight on the line. If you just joining us, I'd like to say good evening and welcome. Mark Maliki Rogers is now on the line there from Grand Cape My County. Mark Rogers, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm doing 100% good. Thank God for life.
How is Grand Cape My County?
Grand Cape, we are here. Things have time. We're managing ourselves in the county.
Okay. What news coming up from the county? Can you let us know anything new coming up from the county?
Yeah, there are some training issues from Grand Cape My County, like today.
You talk about in Grand Cape My County, the group called the Senwa Foundation has completed a
Senwa Foundation.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Senwa Foundation recently embarked on a 5 classroom annex.
Okay.
And they have done the annex today. The dedication arrived in the country, so they decided to visit the money they spent to know whether it was put into use. So they visited the facility today, and they saw that at least there is good work done. Before the building itself, the actual building, the building that was hosting the student, it was in a very dilapidated condition. So, and you're talking about 400 students. So, sitting capacity, even for the student, it was something difficult. But with the extension of the 5 classrooms, now they have gone to a full-fledged junior high school. But the students were finding it very difficult to really have sitting capacity. But they are still challenged. You're talking about 400 students, and the number of chairs that the school have is about 115 chairs. So they still challenged with the issue of chair.
Okay.
But the foundation took note, and they said that they were going to relay this to the chairperson of the foundation, one Jessie Sewa. She's in the state, and so those are issues that they discussed today at that era.
All right. Quickly, let's go back to the Kinjal thing. A few weeks ago, there was protest about this beer mountain company, where legislative members from the legislature actually went there to pay a courtesy visit. In fact, the last visit was yesterday, when another batch of member of the legislature went there for peace talk. Have you been doing some follow-up? Tell us exactly how far has the issue gone right now. Are they now working, or things have been on hold? What's going on there?
Thank you for this question. And as we speak, yesterday morning, there was a protest again. Protest in the sense that the government of Liberia, when the February 29 shooting incident took place in Kinjal that led to a little over 5 persons losing their life, with several other persons sustaining injury, the government set up a committee from the executive, the legislature. About 21 lawmakers went there at the time. A delegate from the executive also did an inquiry, and after doing all of that, they put a halt to the protesters and that of the company. The company should cease operation. So of lately Tuesday, the company came up with a memorandum to the workers, asking them to go back to work on Wednesday.
Okay.
So without waiting for the government who made a pronouncement that it should cease operation, government should have come by to tell them that, our funding on the mine, what happened, what led to the protest, the 38 counts that the protesters have asked, this is the result, this is where we are. Company, you need to start doing this. The company did not wait for that until they came up with that pronouncement, workers should go to work on Wednesday. So again, that sparked up the protest action yesterday in Kinjal.
Okay.
The worker went to the mine, they seized the fence that nobody will go to work until the government come up with a pronouncement.
Okay.
So yesterday, Honorable Yeke Koluba, Honorable Dixon Sibo, both from Montserrat County, and Honorable Mohamed Dosi from District Number 2, Grand Cape Mount County, they went there. They went to Kinjal yesterday with 2 persons from the Ministry of Justice. Because before, Mr. Deba Allen, who is the country manager for the company, have told the legislators that the company are built hand pumps, they are built clinic for the people, and where they are built hosting facility for the workers, and the area is run with what electricity. The community people are enjoying current. So the visit yesterday, it was to verify this information given to the lawmakers concerning what they have done.
Okay.
So they went there yesterday, they did all that visitation, and they went in the main yard, they went in the fence where the company is operating, and there were Honorable Yeke Koluba condemned what the company is doing to the people of Grand Cape Mount County.
Okay.
And in fact, he said that the people are looting the resources in Grand Cape Mount County, looting the resources in Liberia, and they are not doing well. So you are going to report, make sure that you will stop the company from operating until what you guys are putting on paper, those things are here to. He said that in fact, Deba Allen allowed to them honor oath.
Okay.
So these are all issues now that, but the citizens say they are not going to allow the company to operate.
Do you have an idea on how much United States dollar worth of gold that normally comes up every week from the company?
Well, that question is good, and this is one issue that the protester put in their document, that the quantity of gold that is taken from Grand Cape Mount County weekday, government do not have there's no one from Cape Man that is in the mine there.
I
that knows how many
overheard.
gold
I overheard from a reliable source that they are getting approximately 5.5 million worth of gold, 5.5 million United States worth of gold every week from Deer Mountain.
It could be true because this is a gold that it is now taken away. A helicopter can come and land.
That's exactly what I got. The helicopter always land every week to pick up that worth of gold back to where they're supposed to be carrying it. That's a lot of money. Oh my God.
Yes, that's a lot of money. Every week, a helicopter will come and take the gold, carry it. And where they are manufacturing the gold, you have armed men standing there protecting that place. You don't have. These are some of the points the citizens are making that the new government representative over there, somebody that is in the interest of the government, someone from Grand Cape that will be there to know the quantity of gold that they're taking extracted from here weekdays. Because these are all things that people have in their accounts.
Thank you very much, Mike Rogers, for talking to us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me also. Thank you, Stephen.
Mike Rogers is our correspondent there in Grand Cape County. Information being reaching. They're saying that the 5.5 million worth of gold leave Grand Cape County every week since, this saga been coming up. I talked to some people who decided to become very anonymous in the process so that their names cannot be called, but they released that information to me. Anyway, we got 60 minutes. Quickly, we already have our panelists standing back right now to take charge of the program. Quickly, let me just take two more correspondents and I'll take the floor over to Dan and take a break. Let's see whether we can now go over to Henry Boluma. I don't know, nowadays Henry, to get him is not easy, really. But let me just talk to Henry Boluma right here. If we can get him, that would be a plus for us tonight on this program. Gibson Joru is the proud host of this particular program, who's based in the United States of America. And we have ST Salif as we speak right now. He's driving, but because of the importance attached to this program, he's joined the conversation already, and he's highly there monitoring as well. Henry Boluma is not picking up tonight. And our final bus stop, we will go to Musa A. Musa from Grand Bassa County. If we can have him, it will also be good for us to get us information there. Nat Gbagba in Grand Jide County says he's going to give 50% of his salary to Grand Jide District Number 1 when elected as representative. We have stolen the statement from late Representative Ira Madison Graham. Will he do that? Let's go to Grand Bassa County. Musa A. Musa. How are you tonight, Musa?
Good evening. Hello to everyone. Follow you.
Musa, welcome to the program tonight. Tell us what's going on in Grand Bassa County.
Well, as you may be aware, today is one of Liberia's president birthday celebration across the nation. And so there's this group called the Gallery. And so today, the boulevard of Grand Bassa County, where hundreds of thousands of people, Basotans, across the country, Nimba, Lofa, Bapolu, Bon, River Sano, and the rest of the counties have gathered. Like I said, the boulevard is about some 56 meters long, but the entire place has been there's a crowded out, and the security practitioners of Grand Bassa County are positioned at every end of the boulevard to inform cyclists to not ply the boulevard because the area is jammed.
What exactly are they doing there? It's just a celebration, or they have an extra program, to be held to this for this event? What exactly going there to bring thousands of people together like that?
Thank you. We have specific program this afternoon where people in different counties were, acquainting each other with proceeding from that own counties in terms of tradition, in terms of what they do, in terms of leadership, in terms of governance, where when the governance of that county is falling short to the expectation of the people or to the instrument of the people, they come together and petition the government or protest against the government or call that government to order to see how best the proceeding can be reversed, can be strengthened. So these are the different, statistics from different personalities from across Liberia who are part of the gathering to showcase, what they're doing at different counties, that tradition, that native food and all like that. All of that being displayed here today.
My man, you do well today, my man. You should have told us so that at least we come and enjoy ourselves in that place. We can even have the program from there tonight. Because you speaking with a kind of zeal that you really is at it tonight, my man. Blaze FM should have been there.
I know you are not busy. If I want to allow you to come to Pastor, you have had a time to be calling, I mean, it was fun time tonight. So
don't worry. You'll see, we will soon be in Liberia, and then we'll see what will happen. Maybe we can play a visit around there too to see those places. But thank you so much tonight, Alexander, for talking to us.
Thank you, brother.
Folks, if you're just joining us, this is the Blaze Communication Network. Gibson Jeru is the very proud host of this program in the United States. I'm the co-host here in Liberia, and we have ST Salif, who happen to be one of the biggest panelists, very, very much analytical and very objective, a man with brain, and I like him so, so much, very, very much. He's always here. He has given his time so that the people of Liberia will benefit from the knowledge we'll be sharing. This is not just a forum. This is a learning forum, a forum that educates, entertains religiously. Is what to listen to this platform, Blaze Radio. Mr. Jeru, thank you. Welcome. You can take over from here right now, while I'll be in the backstage a little bit to do some adjustment. But welcome. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Sheku, and all of our correspondents. We saw that some of our correspondents are not in today, but we are glad that we are here. I have my man, ST. Why are you doing behind the wheel there? You're hiding your whole body. I don't know what you're doing there.
Yeah, I mean, I did not come with my stuff to position my phone, so I just got it on the dashboard.
Okay, all right. I hope you're not driving some far places because we want you to be safe.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so guys, thank you very much. We are here again to discuss national issues. We are glad that these things are happening. In fact, it is good. We have been discussing letters. I think somebody made a suggestion that those letters are taking away our political discussion, so we should find a day that we can discuss them. Maybe we'll do every Friday. Maybe just because for 3 different discussions now, we have not discussed politics. I think that was because the juiciness of the letter themselves. Again, we have one letter today. I don't know if we're going to discuss it, but yes, we have one letter today. We gave a snippet of that letter, I think yesterday. No, the day before, we didn't have any show yesterday. Did we have show yesterday? No, we didn't have any show yesterday. So we will look at that letter briefly. Arthur Solo is expected to join us. My man, ST Salif, you are most welcome. We are glad that we are here again. So, is there anything that caught your attention, Brother Salif? Anything that caught your attention this week, or since we're not on the air?
I mean, we're looking at the GMB 100 days deliverables, and I think they already got more than 50 days, so I don't know if they can really fulfill those deliverables. Focus on Liberia tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think
100.
those are the things. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what about 100 days? I mean, you said if they go 50 days and whether they can deliver on their 100 days, what specific things, is there anything that you you want to focus on as to
Yeah.
what specifically?
I mean, in a 100-day deliverable, I mean, if I were on my computer, I got a whole document on my computer right now, but I'm using my cell phone and driving, so I'm limited. But I know they talk about no car being stuck. And I thought that was just too over ambitious. The entire 100 days deliverable is completely over ambitious. Even the minimum that they don't even need money to do, that is when you come down to the bottom of the 100 days deliverable, they talk about integrity and audit something. And there they said they were going to ensure, and they still have up to May, I think May 5th or May 25th, to make sure that all public servants, all government officials will sign they're supposed to sign they're supposed to do assets declaration, and they're supposed to sign I'm trying to get it for that, for integrity. They're supposed to sign an integrity pledge. You know, they got an integrity pledge there in a 100-day deliverable. And for that, they don't even need money to do. But up to now, they've not even done it. They've not signed an integrity pledge. They're not declaring their assets. So if you can't even do the barest minimum, how are you telling me that within 100 days, you'll make sure no car will be stuck in Liberia, and the people can't even get to Sano or River G, or they can't even get to River Cess, or even in the Foya, even in Lofa, there are places they still can't get to. So after the 100 days deliverable, there are so many good things in it, but I think it's overblown and they won't be able to achieve it. They already got more than 50 days. I'm still hoping maybe, you know, people still, I'm not going to call this one faith. I'm going to call it magic. Maybe the government can wave that magic wand and they can, you know, achieve the 100 days deliverable. So we're trying to wait and see what happens.
Indeed. I mean, you're right, because, you know, overblown promises, this is what has made our people over the years, they continue to mistrust or distrust the government. People make the kind of overblown promises and they know they cannot keep these promises, and our people are left to fend, you know, and look for new heroes. So this is the kind of thing you are talking about. I quite agree with you. It is the same way with the JMB government. I don't know if they can really meet their 100-day deliverable. I don't think so, ST.
No, it's not. It's not possible.
Well, if we even come to look at, if you look at what has happened, what is happening to JMB government, the mistakes, the overlapping, the decisions that are made, that continue, they always walking back their own things that they say, that they put in place, appointing two people to one position. All of these things, ST, how I don't know even how are they coping? What assurances are they giving people? It just kind of, you know, scare me though.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it because the other embarrassing thing they did that we didn't talk about on the show was, you know, the show of force that they show at the what's this place that, you know, they said JMB wrote a letter and you had two sitting senators, and then you had the party chairman, you had the minister of commerce. I mean, how many of them to go and remove a tenor official? And the matter is already at the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court issued a stay order on the tenor position. But they still went there to show force, and they got to this office, and they tried to move the guy that had that office. And one of the ladies there said, no, she will not do it. You know, say, in fact, let us call my boss. The executive mansion did not send us any letter. They did not send us anything. We don't have any letter here saying that you guys are coming to take over the office. And it was so embarrassing. I got a video. As we go on, I will soon be home, and then I will put that video in the chat room where they had to get up and walk out in shame, you know. If the Supreme Court is already looking into the matter and they say, hey, there's a state order on this, there should have been nothing done to the tenant position, but they still got up and they went with 2 sitting senators. What has got a sitting senator to do with executive appointments? They went with the Minister of Commerce. He has his own ministry. What is he doing in another government agency? Then they had a private chairman, Luther Tappert, there, and when they went, I mean, it was a complete show of force. They went there to force this guy out of the office. I mean, for what? You know, so there's just too many missteps, and up to now, they're not even done with appointments yet.
I think this is the video you are talking about.
Yeah.
So that's the president.
Yeah.
We don't want the president to send communication, official communication. It is not sufficient.
Senator Boyu, can you just let us know if you speak with them? It's not fine. It's regular line.
No, they won't know the.
What do you guys want? You want a letter from the. But you
we can't go there. No. I mean, you can't subject us to that. I mean, we just.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. He's brought a piece of information. If you don't honor it,
yeah,
that's all right. You can go and the authority that sent him was saying follow the right procedure. We don't have to do that. We are not in any confrontation.
That was embarrassing.
This is the video you are talking about. Here, the senator of Bucks County, Prince Moi, accompanied by the chairman of the Unity Party, accompanied by the brother of Murphy Cannon, the sister of Murphy Cannon, the senator. So all of these people, they go to remove someone.
Plus the commerce minister.
Yeah. They accompanied by the commerce minister. All of these people go to remove one person or to remove a person who has a tenure position. And when the lady said, look, we don't have any information for the executive mansion that you guys are coming here, that we should be away from, out of here. So let me call my boss. Why are they afraid?
Now they don't want that. Yeah, they don't want how to call the boss. That, oh, well, you can subject us to that, but you're subjecting them to that because if the JMB executive mansion, if they are writing a letter that according to this team that went, that JMB wrote a letter, he's fine. Shouldn't JMB have copied that agency? Shouldn't that letter have gone to the agency? The lady said, we went to the executive mansion website, there's no such information. We went to the social media, there's no information. The executive mansion has not sent us any letter indicating that this tender position is being, replaced and you guys are coming. So let them find out, and they don't want to, and they end up walking out in shame. I thought that was embarrassing for the administration.
I thought that was embarrassing indeed, because first of all, what they did, they exposed that entire institution to embarrassment. They exposed the office of the president to embarrassment. They exposed the governance system to embarrassment. Now they don't want to be embarrassed. They do not subject us to such a thing. We are not come here in enmity. We're not come here to as confrontation. Well, that was confrontational. When you
that was confrontational. That was a show of force.
That was a show of force. That was disrespectful. That was demeaning. And those are the things that we're going to be discussing today. Okay, ST. I also realized that Prince Johnson is still talking. Prince Johnson is so mad about the war crime court.
The war crime court. Yep.
He it's a leaked audio out there. In fact, Prince Johnson is not afraid of saying that, but he is telling Joseph Boakai to get away from the damn war crime code thing and focus on development. So we still have the issue of war crime code still lingering, But
Yep.
I don't know how far are you from your home, but we are about to put our letter on the screen. And
Oh
to
yeah,
dis-
go ahead. I'm not too far from home.
okay, so
I should be
we have
home in the next 10 minutes.
we have a letter, and we want you, the audience, please, we want you to participate in these letters that we are putting up. We want you to discuss with us. Thank you very much. Welcome there from all the way the United Arab Emirates and Agnes Guian. We want to say also welcome. We want you to participate. This letter we are about to put on the screen, it came from a gentleman who says he's embarrassed about what is going on between him, his cousin, and his cousin fiancée. So it is we want to see what happened there. Want to see what happened there. These things happen in our communities, and people overlook them, but other people are bringing them into light. And this is what is very, 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 very good for us to discuss them, because it helps people to not repeat the same mistakes. So let's go to our first portion of the letter. The first portion of the letter is this. Okay, they say letter to the wise man. Dear wise man, my cousin and his fiancée moved at my place when they have financial issues. He works and gets a lot of money, but he is a pleasure kind of boy. Since I did not have any woman in my apartment, I basically turned my apartment over to them. The fiancée cooks for us, and she is really hot too. My cousin has anger issues. Each time he beat on his fiancée. I stopped him many times. She has refused to call the police each time. Let me go to the second part of this, the second and final part. I am a family man. I love my brother, he called brother, but sin cousin, and his family. But sometimes, something is happening, and I cannot let it go. My cousin fiancé has 4 children for him. He has been beating on her a lot since she has moved out of the house for 2 years and says she does not want to be with him anymore. I am the one they always brought their case to settle. I have been talking to her to come back home, but last week she and I slept together. She says she can only come back to my cousin if I agree to be with her and not my cousin. I feel guilty, and I want to tell my cousin that I slept with his fiancée.
I think that reading should be, she said she can come back to the family if I can be with her, not the cousin.
Yeah, actually, I just read here exactly what he put there. So,
okay.
Yeah, I just read here exactly what he put there. So, to the family, I'm reading wrongly?
Yeah, I thought last week when the other day we read it, she said she can come back to the family if she come back to him.
Yeah,
and not
to the
cousin.
family and come back. Yeah, I think you maybe I mistyped. I feel guilty, and I want to tell my cousin that I slept with his fiancée. I also want to tell him she no longer wants to be with him. I do not know how he is going to take it. Should I? Thank you for discussing our issues, GHK. So, thank you for bringing that up. You know, ST, I want you to start on the one because I don't know who are. Wait. Let Asha go first. Let Asha go. Who are not eat their brother thing? Who are not eat their brother thing? Put your hand up.
My hand in that one. I remember.
My hand in that one.
Maybe my brother not eat my thing, but I remember my brother.
Your brother eat your thing, but you not eat your brother thing. Oh, my man, a true life confession here. Oh.
No, it happens all the time. It happens all the time.
So, this is the reality. But this guy is a hunger. I mean, not uncle person, but they are cousins, and it look like he older than the guy. That's what I see. The way I look at it, for somebody to move in the apartment, or maybe the guy is older. They didn't mention their ages, but now the guy don't feel like this cousin here, this I can say boyfriend here we call fiance. She don't think that she can go back to the guy. She see new love in this guy. Why is
he outperformed his cousin. The woman saw the difference. That but if this guy is this good, then why do I go back to his cousin?
There are too many factors. No, Sheku, there are too many factors that are involved in the performance here. Too many factors. Apart from the fact that the guy, he don't beat on her, apart from the fact that he can talk to her nicely, it looks like he outperformed the cousin. You know, this really, instead of making me angry, it just entertained me a lot because these are reality.
It's a mafia.
So let's start from you. Why ST is going towards is out? Let's start from you, Sheku. What do you think? We're not going to stay on the thing here today. That just 30 minutes discussion.
The man is cursing Jew. And the cursing Jew one move from there. The Jew wants to be.
No, somebody already reacting negatively. This is Indomitable Jasmine. She said, and we're not waste time. Anybody who made a comment will come to you. She said, this is not a good story to learn from. How, Jasmine? You need to tell us why it's not a good story. Well, we're not learning from it. I think we are being entertained by it.
We're trying to get counsel.
But these things happen, Sheku, right? These things happen in our communities.
It happened. It really happened.
Even your friend Jew said, so they can eat your friend Jew, and your friend, the Jew don't want to go back to your friend anymore.
Yeah, it can happen. They want if you're talking, that's something that can really normally happen.
No,
but when these things
happen.
But when these things happen, it happens in some circumstances where apparently the person is a little bit wicked. I, for one, I have a tendency, in fact, from a very young age until where I am, I know very well that if you follow a woman that is not your wife, for instance, somebody married woman and you follow that particular woman, it's a curse upon you. It's a curse upon you. So I don't care how a married woman dress up and avail herself to me. I take her to be my sister. From the day I came across Proverbs chapter 7, verse 26 and 27. I can never try.
Proverbs what?
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 26 and 27.
Yep.
If you read that whole scripture is about a married woman giving in when her husband is away hustling and she has to find someone to satisfy her sexual desire. Now, in our common library setting, we call it magoma. And most of the young people who do that check their life. Sometimes they die instantly after their graduation because of the goma was supported in school. Sometimes mysterious things come to them, or they graduate, but to even find work to do is very difficult. If they cannot die physically, spiritually, they will die until they come out to confess that they won't do that again. Let's talk about today's one, my cousin, my brother wife, or my best friend, Jew. Now we're not even like close, but you're my best friend and you have a woman. For me, I don't do it. But there are people who have gone to the point of even having sex with a woman and having sex with a woman's daughter. And they take it to be a bluffing thing. That either man, either daughter. These things are simple things that can happen in our life. Very simple. So it's not a good idea what he did. The fact that he would know his cousin, turn around, go eat a cousin Jew, then they get this out to stick. But one advice I can give to any man, when it comes to that part in life that you're supposed to take care of your woman sexually, that's not something to play with, because when you act better, when somebody who came from you to get her by you may sacrifice with chicken pee. And to find chicken pee is not easy.
Chicken pee.
I hear that one before. Chicken or pee. So let's check out man. No, you hear the so they done. We must done ya.
We're looking for chicken. Chicken pee.
So they done. We must done ya. Chicken I got pee.
But at the day it's difficult. You can't find
that is to tell you it will never happen.
I think we're going to Mali to get chicken pee from there. But hey, Stiku, but let me play the devil's advocate. Let me play the devil's advocate. The girl, can she be blamed for anything? The girl is being brutalized by this guy.
Yeah.
And when she was born, they didn't write a guy name on her bag and say the guy is the only person you will be with in your whole life. Maybe it was God who brought this guy in her way for her to meet this other guy here, her real man. Because somebody can meet somebody. You don't think so?
Yeah, but go ahead.
I agree, but not in the case. They're not through your relative. You come in, take your Jew and give it to your relative. The honest truth is, anytime different men say when they take your Jew from you, they think can hear you. What much more about somebody we love than somebody can and take it from you and carry? Now, the guy himself, if he's listening, the guy himself will have to be very careful. Because if you are always brutalizing a woman, he got to be careful before he spends his rest of his life in jail. Look, folks listening and people on the program tonight, one of the reasons I don't beat women in my entire life, I don't think it's going to be possible to live on my hand like that on woman. When you do something to me, when it touch me for true, I just, if I get on the motorbike, gun on motorbike, go sit down somewhere, later on account. If I notice the tension is high, I had to sleep there, I will sleep there. If that tension will keep there, I call people, we talk, we can't be. Let me be until you come to yourself. But to kind of lay my hand on you, it's very, very difficult. I don't curse woman, I don't beat woman. The reasons why I don't do these things: one, I saw a man in front of me. The woman was too sharp. The moment the man ready to talk, you yell. The man was like angry. The children went to school, Mr. Jeru. The back of this, his hands. The woman was talking. He just they say, keep quiet, small. Only his back of his hands. He rolled it in the woman's ear. She dropped. He was vexed. He went up. He came back. Went up. He came back. The thing was talking. The woman died.
Wow.
The woman died. From the day I saw that thing in my life.
Some people can almost be dead when they come to you. So when you put your hand on them, their trouble remain on you. But Indomitable Jasmine says, she said it is not good idea by the woman because she will later get dumped by the new guy, and she will start regretting. And she also said it is not a good. Let me wear my glasses here. Look, I'm doing something. She said, is there any legitimate reason for a married woman to cheat? Well, she's not married. That's her boyfriend. But I mean, the same question goes: if you have a boyfriend, should you cheat on your boyfriend? Because ST, we can give you chance if you reach one already. We can give you a chance to go in your house and settle. So I can take you off camera, and then when you go, you settle. Then I bring you back on camera. Okay, ST. we're taking off camera. When he gets home, when he sit down, we will put him back on camera so he can be. So Segun, the thing is, for me, this is a matter of rights. Somebody say, does the woman don't have the right to make a choice of what she wants? And then you are talking about expediency. Oh, so you already that your cousin girlfriend, when you tell your cousin girlfriend is going to be troublesome. But then the girl has a right to make a choice, right?
Mhm.
She doesn't have the right to make a choice. She
got a right. She got a right.
So what happens to this right if we are not allowing her to choose it? By the way, should this guy tell his cousin and say, look, you know what? I'm sorry, I slept with your girlfriend, and she told me she can't come back to the family unless she must be together. But I just have to tell you that she's not going to come back. I'm not telling you whether I'm going to keep her or not, but she said she's not going to come back to you. You think the guy will blame him, or he already knows that girl had moved out of the house for 2 years? She moved out of the house for 2 years. So after 2 years, doesn't the girl have the right to choose anybody? And indomitable
the girl was, wait.
Let
me get something. The girl was already by herself for 2 years before she met this cousin of his.
Yes. Well, they used to stay with the guy. And their cousin used to beat her every time, and he used to go and stop the cousin.
No, I don't see no problem wrong with that. I don't see any problem. I don't see anything wrong with that. For me, if she was by herself for the last 2 years, and the guy was by himself, and then later on the two people came and met, that's how it's supposed to be. If she finds happiness in the guy, Mr. Jeru, let her enjoy her stay in that particular home. Whether the guy wants to get vexed or not, that's his business. But abusive relationship is not a good relationship. So if she found happiness in that place, I thought, because I wasn't here from the beginning, I thought they were staying together and they lived together, and this guy came in and took the jewel away from her. I mean, from no.
So the guy said the two of them were staying in his apartment, but the guy was beating the girl until the girl left. 2 years later, before he and the girl, they had something to do, and the girl said she want to come back to the family, but I mean, she can't come back because of the other guy, because the guy was beating on her. So she preferred to be with him rather than the other guy.
Indomitable, check Proverbs chapter 7.
So Indomitable is asking you a question. She wants you to respond to the question.
Verse 26 and 27. I wish we could screenshot it on the screen here so you can see.
I can put on the screen. I'll put on the screen.
Please. Voice 26 and 27.
So
for she has cast down
Proverbs 7.
For she has cast down many wounded, and many strong men has been slain by her. That's 26. 27 says, for her way to her house is your grave, going down to the chamber of death. If you want to know that married woman they're talking about, read from verse 15 down. Then you know exactly. She said, for my husband is not at home. He has gone out. He will come back at a later date. For my husband is not at home. Yes. So most of the women who do these things, the husband have gone out to hustle, and because of the time the men spend there, then they have one small boy who taking care of them in the home, and the boy there didn't want paying the boy school fee, doing this, doing that. These kind of boys, for them to graduate and get a job, that's not small thing. Yeah. So I mean, you got to be very careful. But for her case, it's different. They're not married. They were just staying together. He was abusive, and then later on, the guy noticed that, look, I mean, I can better stay with this girl. She's very caring. She's good. She's loving. Let me go and be with her. And he finds that way after 2 years, they can't make nothing. The girl would have found someone else and gone to the pricing. But I mean, the guy went in and they decided to be together. Let the man go find someone else that you'll be beating like a beating drum. For me, I don't know. Yeah.
You know, I want to just wait for ST Small. He will be on, and then we can end this thing. We don't want to stay too much on the thing tonight. We got like 7-8 more minutes to be on this thing. We don't want to stay too long. Again, for those of you who have been following us, if you are listening to us, you are watching us, we want you to participate. How about eating your brother Jew? How about taking your brother woman? Your brother is irresponsible.
Traditionally, in some tradition, it happens. Like even in some tradition, you know that in Grand Judea, it happens. Other places, it happens as well. Now, there's a tradition in this country. My brother's wife is my wife. My wife is my brother's wife. That's the traditional aspect. If I went to visit my brother will leave his room and I will stay with his wife for the next 2 days. After that, I leave. When he comes to visit me, I will do the same. I will do the same. Now, there are even people who, when their brothers traveling, they prefer their brother to take care of their family behind them until they come back. So it's just for some people, besides the Christianity line, for some people, it's just a normal thing for them that they leave their brother, and they just eat Grand Judea.
Will you get mad with your brother if you were mishandling your girlfriend? Maybe for some reason you're mishandling her, and one of your cousins say, "Look, Chigu, look, you know, this girl, she left you 2 years ago. She and I, we met, we had something to do, but she wants to stay with me instead of coming back to you." How will you take it?
They left me 2 years ago.
Yes.
And the girl wants to go back to my brother so that they can be together.
Yes.
Go there.
Thank you. That's the same way I will feel. ST, what do you think?
No, it depends on what is involved. You know, thank you for having me back. I was trying to get out of the car and get into the house. But it depends on, there are other variables, okay? It's not just a yes or no answer, you know, it's there are other variables. According to the letter, this fiancé and this guy's cousin got 4 children.
Yes.
There are 4 children in the mix. So it's not just an ordinary family. There are so many things that happen, okay? And let me just take 1 minute to move through some of them. Number one, when he knew this guy, his cousin and his fiancé.
But they were not married. 1 minute, please. But they were not married, right?
They were not married. It doesn't matter. They were not married yet. They were fiancé. For the fact they were fiancé, when we use the word fiancé, it means they were engaged to be married. So they were not married, but they were engaged because they did not say girlfriend, they said fiancé. Fiancé is another level of the relationship where you have done engagement. Nobody is your fiancé until you engage them. You can't just be boyfriend, girlfriend, you know. So they are engaged to be married. So when I see the word fiancé, that's what that tells me. Number 2, they got 4 children. Number 3, this man is the uncle to those children. He's uncle to those children. So he cannot be uncle and father at the same time. They can't call him father and call him uncle at the same time, because if she finally stays with you, so that's a problem. Number 4, when they started having problems, he inserted himself in the midst as the counselor. And it's a rule in counseling. You cannot get physically involved with the person you're counseling. You do that here in America, you go into prison, you know, where the person has become your client, and you are going to be physically, sexually involved with the client. I had a Liberian girl who has problems because she got physically, sexually involved with the client she was taking care of. You know, that's a serious crime, you know. So the reason it's a crime is because the person lacks capacity. The person lacks capacity. So you are the one trying to help the person through. So you're taking advantage of the person. That is complete advantage, because the person is in a vulnerable state at that point. So you who came in as a counselor to be sexually attracted to her and go into bed with her.
But he's not a professional counselor, though.
No,
He's
no.
just helping because
He doesn't have to be professional, but he was providing the service. He was providing the service. So for the fact you provided the service, you are the counselor now. And then the fifth thing I will add is you are going to destroy the family front, because while you're cussing to this person, now you're going to create a rift in the family, because everybody in the family got their own person they're close to. So Sheku and myself we're cussing, but maybe Sheku and Jiro, the other Gibson, they're closer. And then me and Arthur Solo, we're closer. Now we do that kind of thing, it's going to create a divide. It's going to create a rift in the family. So that is why it is advisable to avoid any form of impropriety. I mean, there are so many women out there. Why must it be your cousin's fiance? Why your cousin's fiance? Why take advantage of her? Because you know she had problem with your cousin. So they're having problem. He's abusive to her. And in the midst of trying to advise her, you are also being sexually attracted to her, because or else you wouldn't do it. There's no way you should do it. Not even your friend's girlfriend. I mean, why your best friend or your close friend? Why would, even if they got problem, even if they left each other for 5 years, their relationship broken apart, you just can't go back to that woman after 5, 10 years of their relationship being over to go back, because you're going to open up old wounds. So I will be convinced that, oh, so all the time this my person and I were together for the past 10 years ago, you still have eye for that person. You know, so those are lots of impropriety that we should try to avoid. In fact, the Bible says we should do everything in us to avoid the appearance of evil. You know, so that is an appearance that we should avoid. There's so many other women there that you can, you know, hang around with. Why your cousin's fiance? You know, how do you do that? So your cousin fiance, tomorrow, she says she can only come back to the family if she's with you. That means you render some services that she really liked more than your cousin. So now let's assume both of you hook up together and she gets pregnant for you two, or even that one affair you had. Let's assume already the same time they are brothers and sisters, so they are two. It's just messy. You don't want to do that. I think that he didn't do well.
But he eat it and leave it, right? And he eat it and keep it.
Well, we know yet the woman is saying the only way she can come back to the family is that she should come to this cousin, you know, and not to her original man. So that means
the woman go to the cousin, chief. That the woman
go
to the cousin.
I will advise her that listen.
The woman not going back in any problem.
Yeah, this thing that happened.
If you listen to me, go to the cousin. That the other man go find somebody and be pity on. And normally you can even get your brother. You can be in a family. You see your brother get woman. You be envying that particular relationship. You even praying God for your brother to die so you can take that woman.
Yeah, if that is the tradition, yeah.
You're not killing your brother, but deep down, that anything happen to my brother, I will take the woman to be my own woman. I will not let her go.
And so when the brother suddenly died, we won't know what killed him. Maybe you did something. Maybe there's a.
So now, if you in a family and the brother get a woman, he maltreating the woman, and always the woman coming to you and telling you, she crying on your lap, she telling you, in your deep down heart, you know that woman is so nice and good, but she not deserve the kind of treatment.
Yeah.
You can be talking to yourself, say, why they woman, they kind of woman I can't in my life.
I wish I may have her, yeah.
I wish I may have they kind of woman.
And then the higher counseling would be, because now when you're talking to the woman, you say, you know, I don't like the way John treating you, but I wish I were the one. I would not do that kind of thing to you. So you're already betraying, you know.
The one that betray or not betray, they get certain thing. Yeah. They get certain thing. I know that one is that betray or not betray. If I want that particular woman and you maltreating her, and I thought you get tired, I don't want to take that woman. We'll face it.
Yeah, the family tree can bend, it can break.
It can break, we will face it. And I will treat that woman like a queen. Let me share something with you before Mr. Jero come. When we went to Sierra Leone, I was in a refugee camp called Jimmy Bagbo. Now there's a host community girl that was there, very beautiful, black with some kind of tasaba, and they will be brought to deputy UTM in a play, passing around doing my promoting. I went and John and I get. She myself we started rolling. From one thing to another, the person who I wanted, when I bracket with the person and we started flying out together, I left out that thing there. And I get myself was living together. Then my own brother and his woman that born 2 children for him, they had confusion. They parted. I did not know that the identical girl that I was loving too. That the girl he went and approached. And after that girl, he and a woman, they parted. So it was within that time I came to Liberia. When I came, later did I know that my brother now bring that particular girl in the horse. That 2 of them stay in the horse now. I got the information. My brother came to visit me in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
When he came, then I said him down. I said, brother, he said, yeah. I said, the honest truth is the Jew that he gets here, myself will love it. So I want you to hear it tomorrow, then you get it. I will advise you did that particular girl and find someone else because I get that was my girlfriend. Oh.
Okay.
You know what my brother told me? It shocked me. And as we speak it together, my brother said to me, so if you get a woman, then you need that woman, then I tell the woman, waiting by Isa.
Okay.
Waiting by Isa. They're not the same family. They're the same family. He never even had the slightest thought that the day I lead the 2 people, the fact that they were even having an affair, they might act crazy. He said that the same family. In fact, when I live in NIU, I will lead the family away. I just look at my brother so kind of way and I laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. It was so crazy. So I mean, these things people take it big, right? But there are other people who don't even take it to be anything. Honestly, there are people who take it to be anything.
Yeah.
So if she was being maltreated by someone, and the cousin say, "Come, you and myself will sit down." My only problem I will have with the cousin not to just to eat it and let it go, but it have to eat it and keep it in the family. Let them born. Like Chinese children, they will move, they will live. That man will get over it.
Sheko, you're mafia, yeah. Yeah, because the problem is, when the 2 people got history. Okay, so you got history, you're being intimate. So seeing the person you're being intimate with, is now with your cousin or with your brother. I mean, I don't know how that kind of feeling is controlled, but I mean, if a particular family don't have problem with it, yeah, but on the periphery, I mean, it's there's a lot of impropriety, and like I said, the final thing is a betrayal of trust. So I wouldn't advise you. You're muted, Mr. Gerald.
I wouldn't advise opposing view. One view is more westernized, and the other view is traditionalized.
The traditionalized.
Traditionalized, yeah. The Shegu is talking tradition.
Tradition.
Like me now, I'm married to a Nima woman. All the Nima women are my women.
Yeah.
Traditionally, if you marry to a Nima woman, you go to Nima County. If your wife is not available, the sisters are available. They keep your time until but I'm unlucky.
Gibson, you sure you didn't get that information before you married Nima woman? I sure you you knew what you did that on purpose.
Remember, anyone married, you can make research.
Okay, that was a good research.
Oh, I'm being here today, huh?
But you also got to remember the other side too. When your brother comes visit you, your brother too got to be taken care of.
No.
Okay, you only want the other side. You don't want the other side.
The tradition, they say if you marry Nima man and Nima man brother not there when you come, then the other brother will take you.
No, that is Nima tradition. That the brothers.
But I want that. But I was saying, but it not effective in my life. But the one that I told my wife, I said,
but I
all right, guys, thank you very much. The question now is, should he tell? Let the final advice is: should he tell his brother, his cousin, that he did what he did, or he just keep away and just let it go?
No, he gotta. Already it's a betrayal, and not saying anything about it is even more a betrayal. They don't have to find it out on their own. He gotta come up and say it plain. Maybe by coming out and saying his cousin might say, I think both of you might be good together. So just go ahead, continue with her. I will step aside. I won't embarrass you guys, but he got to say it for closure and disclosure. He got to say it. You can't hide that kind of thing. You can't hide it.
No, if he hide it, then it's not correct.
It's worse.
They might not.
But why if you don't tell it, man? Not tell the guy, you know what? I think it's not good for us. I'm not telling my cousin, but I'm not continuing as well.
No, it's still
then go back.
It's still got
go back. And our family elephant me. Well, when they want to
wake up from the elephant me.
You gotta say it to your cousin, because no matter what, the truth can be covered for a period, but it will still be exposed. And if you don't want it to be exposed in the long run, it will look bad. Just tell your cousin, listen, why your fiance and you have problems, I was there helping, counseling her, consoling her. This thing happened, but it happened just one time. Or it happened multiple times, but we've not been doing it for some time. Then this is her intention. She wants to come back to the family, but not to you. She said to me, but, you're my cousin, I can't let that happen. So I would still try to see the broker piece. But the cousin got to know. You gotta disclose that information.
Yeah.
No matter how ugly it is, you gotta disclose it.
Wow, that's a tough one, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, he must. It's tough, but he has to.
Yeah.
He might not keep it.
But the man just go eat something smart. Then you say the man go talk it.
But he walk outside now, so let him go and explain.
It's worse if he doesn't talk it. It's easier for him to talk it. It would be worse for him not to talk it. Let him say it and let it be open.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We want to periscope a little bit. Prince Johnson had an audio. This gone. I don't know. Is this Sunday? Was it a Sunday audio or something like that? And in that audio, he said that in fact he spoke like an angry man. Instead of us paying attention to development, you're on a war crank. You better forget it. Damn war crank and pay attention to your development and stuff. I think he was talking to Joseph Boakai, especially he called Joseph Boakai name. But one person who believes that Prince Johnson is in a snare. One person who believes that Prince Johnson is in the snare is this guy.
Prince Johnson, to show you how the Americans and the international community despise you. And so let me say this to you, Prince Johnson. And if you wonder whether Boakai is loyal to people who stand up for him, just look at me.
So if you think Boakai is loyal to anybody, just look at me. Let me play one more time. I want us to discuss the ramification of this. I mean, Costa can be anything, but he been saying this thing before what is happening now. Let's play that one more time.
Prince Johnson, to show you how the Americans and the international community despise you. And so let me say this to you, Prince Johnson. And if you wonder whether Boakai is loyal to people who stand up for him, just look at me.
What does that mean, ST?
I don't know if I want to take advice from Henry Costa. He.
He could be the wrong messenger. He could be the wrong messenger, but is he trying to tell Prince Johnson? This video came out during the election time. Yeah. It's a pre-election video, and he was presaging what was going to happen to Prince Johnson. And he was in that video. He said so many things about how Prince Johnson was aligning himself with Joseph Boakai. But then one of the things he said was, if Prince Johnson think that Joseph Boakai can be a loyal person in the way George Weah was loyal to him, then he should look at him. is equally equally discussable that is Costa himself loyal to anybody, and if he is not loyal to anybody, is Joseph Boakai disloyal to any issue?
I watched that video over and over. I watched other clips with Prince Johnson. I even watched the full video with General Butnicki. I watched all those interviews, on this war crime court thing. Again, like I said, my position still remains the same. Why now? The international community never treated Liberia fairly. Given all the other things that happen in other countries that the ICC took place and they intervened. Ivory Coast, our neighbor, Ouattara and Gbagbo election violence, Kenya elections violence, those were things that shouldn't have happened, but when they compared to Liberia, those were trivial matters. And the international community decided to take center stage in those places. Sierra Leone.
Pay attention to that.
So why did they skip us? They skipped us because they were trying to protect certain people that they wanted to be. Now they want to come. No. I don't have problem that judgment, they still got to come. But I think Prince Johnson own situation is such that Boakai is in their first more than 50 days, they are failing. I have other pictures I will show you with how deplorable the roads are. So they also got to find something that at least will put them in the spotlight as they are doing something. So the War Crime Code is a welcome idea. It's reverberating all around the world. It's gaining traction with the Liberian population. So if I'm failing, I would do something that at least can raise my name from the dust. So the War Crime Code is helping them to gain some traction and some positive feedback. So Prince Johnson should have known that this would have happened, even if it had taken how many days. The only thing is, I think I listened to him and I listened to General Butnicki too, that the reason Prince Johnson is being angry is the way his friends or colleagues are putting it in his face. It's only when they see him that they start to talk about War Crime Code, like, it's become a provocation. Go and listen to General Butnicki's interview. It's like you're provoking him. So that's why he's lashing out. You talk about the War Crime Code. He's not the only person. Prince Johnson is not the only person. There are I saw the document. I think, Sheku, you read that document. You gave all the destinations, all the alphabets that are associated with each crime that they're investigating. So Prince Johnson is not the only person. So why his name keeps surfacing? So he's lashing out because it looks like, the whole thing is just about me. It's not about any other person. Anybody will lash out in that area. I wouldn't call it a betrayal because Joe Boakai is only fulfilling his campaign promise that if he came, he was going to call for the War Crime Code. And Prince Johnson heard that before he supported Joe Boakai. So I don't call that a betrayal. He's fulfilling his political promise that he made, a campaign promise. It's not a betrayal.
Oh, that's an interesting position there, Sheku. Joseph Boakai, one of the reasons why Prince Johnson joined him was because he thought Prince Johnson believed that they are political friends, they are political allies. So if something that is very dear to your political ally, and that's the exact thing that you want to touch, will Prince Johnson forgive Joseph Boakai for this?
And just because Sheku come in, let me add this.
Before I go there, let me just say.
Before you come in, shall you say before you come in, you want to say something?
Yeah, just before you come in, the second piece I wanted to add, that was the reason Ellen did not support Joe Boakai. So it's not a betrayal. The man had a track record for the War Crime Code when Ellen asked him for protection, and he was like, but what did you do? Why you need protection for? That's what made her to send her support to Josh Weah, and Josh Weah came in. So Joe Boakai had been on this thing that if he became president, there would have been War Crime Code that would have investigated all the crimes committed in Liberia. So if he did not do it, and he promised Prince Johnson complete security and protection like the Weah administration, then after supporting JMB, and then after inauguration, before JMB now comes to announce it, then that's a betrayal. Because that means you promised Prince Johnson one thing, and then afterwards you announcing something else. That's betrayal. But he never promised Prince Johnson that if you support me, I will make sure there's no war crime code. There's no such record. So you cannot call that a betrayal. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. ST said something. He said, why now? Why now? It means they didn't treat Liberia very well.
Yes.
That's what he said. On the other hand, I disagree with him. We were the delay, and we are still the delay for this establishment of the War Crimes Court. In Sierra Leone, they did not call theirs War Crimes Court. It was the special court. And the agreement between the United Nations and the government of Sierra Leone to establish the special court for Sierra Leone was signed on the 16th of January 2002 and ratified by the Sierra Leone Parliament on the 4th of April 2002. The Parliament agreed. Our Parliament, when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took over, it was being politicized because most of the people who took over at that time, they were warlords. How would they agree to it? They delayed the process. You didn't have warlord who was sitting in as a president or acting president when the Parliament signed this particular document. No. You have Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who contributed 10,000 United States dollars to the NPFL, which it was not an NGO, but a warring faction. She said, I contributed 10,000 to NPFL. For what reason? For them to go do medical supply? No. You have Prince Johnson, who in fact ran campaign with Red Cloth at that time in 2005 in Nimba County. While others are using white handkerchiefs, your men were using the red handkerchief, waving it like that to tell you. People felt at that time, in fact, somehow intimidated. You have other people that were in, and all of them, their needs surfaced. You expected these people who had the political will in their hands to agree to bring the War Crimes Court to Liberia. The Parliament agreed. Let's come back right under George Weah. When Weah took over, and if you are not careful, it's going to happen in Joseph Boakai's administration with all the noise. When Weah took over, and he introduced this issue of War Crimes Court to the Parliament, you have 59 persons from the legislature, the representative, that signed the resolution to agree that we agree on the establishment of this War Crimes Court. It was a 4G resolution, just as it is under Joseph Boakai. Where it got stuck? It got stuck right under the Senate. They wanted traditional justice and palaver for discussion. The man who said, as the pro tempore, the moment this other document came out and all the representatives, about 48 representatives signed this resolution. The first news came, they said 41, but it's 48. When they signed this resolution and it got into their hand, I was listening. The moment the resolution got there, he wrote a letter to the pro tempore, Nyambli Kangalore, telling her that the country is the country is fragile to go through this. He was recommending traditional justice. Let's go to the traditional people. Let's tell the president to come and say sorry. Now, it has gone into their committee room to come from there in 2 weeks. Watch it. It's going to be dead upon her right. Because the
Kidding me? What are you talking about? That resolution that the hospice will be dead on arrival?
It happened, Mr. Jeru. It happened. George Weah administration, you have 59 representatives that signed that resolution. Representatives
They signed a resolution. It was a 4G resolution. They agreed for the establishment of the War Crimes Code under George Weah's administration. When it got to the Senate held on it. They held on it. Now, under Boakai's administration, we all caused noise about it and things. They signed it. It passed from the House of Representatives. It had gone to the Senate. The Senate debated for just a few minutes. It went back into the committee room. They said they should go back for 2 weeks and come to have deliberation. It gone back. You will see what will happen.
Okay, so this is what Sheku is talking about here. Let me share that for those of our people who do not know about it. This is the resolution that was passed on November the 13th, 2018. House passes Liberia resolution. The House of Representatives tonight passed each resolution. Wait.
This one is the American own.
Sorry. Not this one. Sorry, guys.
This is the American own.
Sorry. Not this one. Let me go ahead, Shegu. I saw it just now. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the American own.
Yeah, the American one.
Yeah. We will do the research. I will send it.
Yeah.
I got it a few days.
I saw it just now. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The representative under Weah, there were 59 people that signed that. So Weah had the courage that it was going to be. But then when it got to the Senate held on it. Now, the Boakai's administration, the representative, and in fact, the speaker and deputy speaker, they did all that they could. They passed it. Before it could reach to the Senate, why his name, and former pro-temporary Abachie wrote a long communication telling Yomli Kanga that we have a fragile country, we got this, we got that, we have to look at this carefully. Let's go to the traditional justice, let's go to the palaver hall discussion, let the president come out and apologize to say sorry to the Liberian people. That Joseph Boakai case somebody in the country to come and say you're sorry. All the names, all the events that were recorded into this testimony that Joseph Boakai went and did it. So even when Joseph Boakai come and say he do it, Joseph Boakai say you're sorry. Is it going to please the people? And the very people who carry on this kind of atrocity in the country, they are in political position and mocking our people every day and making crazy statements in this country. When people are sitting and hurt in the process, but I don't blame them. Because the power in the hands of a black man, a corrupt and crazy black man, is a complete weapon to his fellow black men. That's what's happening. So let's watch and see.
For me, I believe that I'm in the middle right now because I used to be against the War Crime Code lately because my thing about the TRC, and this is
while you're talking, let me share this information so you can see, just to tell ST.
I just saw the one that said 26 lawmakers signed resolutions.
Yeah, you see here the Special Code Agreement establishment. Agreement between the United Nations and the government of Sierra Leone on the establishment of the Special Code for Sierra Leone signed on the 16th January 2002 and ratified by Sierra Leone Parliament. On April 4, 2002. In 2003,
you just made ST point. ST is saying the United Nations, when it happened to Sierra Leone, they came quickly and took action. This resolution was passed by the Security Council of the United Nations. After they passed the resolution and they sent a resolution to Sierra Leone, the Sierra Leone Parliament adopted a resolution for the creation of the Special Code for Sierra Leone. In the case of Liberia, they abandoned the Liberian case. Until now, we are going almost how many years after the war? This war ended, the Liberian war ended 2006. That's when they finally disarmed people. 2007, Charles Taylor became president. So why were they waiting for all along? That's what ST is asking. You are arguing that the people who were in power at the time, they reneged on the responsibility to establish a war crime code because they were part and parcel of it. What stopped the United Nations? What stopped the international community? What stopped all those people, the political, the international will to say, well, we're not going to wait for these people. We are going to start this court and we are going to go ahead with it. Is it because that they think that the Parliament of Liberia will not rectify it just as the Sierra Leone government rectify it? Was that the situation?
It's none of that. It's none of that. Put the last reading you just put it back up again, Sheku, please.
Sheku, put it up and enlarging it.
The last thing you just read about this, Sierra Leone Parliament rectifying.
Yeah, I'm coming. Let me put you right there.
Yeah, because it's not, sometimes it's not what we think it is. Again, I keep asking why now. Okay, it's a special.
Enlarging the control.
No, I can see it. Mm-hmm.
Your hand straight to your mouth. It can be enlarging. Your one hand can hold the control.
It's clear. It's readable. Special court agreement established agreement between the United Nations and the government of Sierra Leone on the establishment of the special court for Sierra Leone. Signed on this day. That's all I need to know. This agreement was between, you can remove it, Sheku. It was between the United Nations and the Sierra Leone government. Now, the only reason they did that, because sometimes you have to understand the background behind things. In theology, we call that exegesis. In journalism, you get a story behind the story. So you just read that on the page, you think that's what it was. No. The only reason that war crime court happened in Sierra Leone, it was because of Charles Taylor. It was not because of the Sierra Leonean people. And that's why the Sierra Leone government passed that. It was not because of the Sierra Leone war. It was all about Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor was moved by the George Bush said Taylor must go. Why did they say that? They got Taylor out of there. They sent him to Nigeria. I was still in Nigeria when Taylor came. When Taylor came to Nigeria, Obasanjo, who was president at the time, listen, there are so many politics behind some things we don't understand. So I don't just read something on the page and say, oh, that is it. When Taylor came to Sierra Leone, they took him to Calabar, a place that I know very well. And Obasanjo, in the second term, he wanted, when he finished, he wanted to go to be United Nations. There's an office he was looking for. Obasanjo flew from Nigeria and went to the U.S. and met with the American president, George Bush. And George Bush said, the only way I can listen to you, because Obasanjo had decided to protect Taylor. George Bush said, the only way I will listen to you, I was in Nigeria. I can tell you how many days Obasanjo had to spend in the U.S. Said, the only way I will listen to you, you have to hand Charles Taylor over. He did not want to hand Charles Taylor over. Bush said, you must hand him over. It's the only way I can even listen to you and take a meeting. Obasanjo was in America. He was in America when he made a phone call back to his country, Nigeria, and instructed his people that they should hand Charles Taylor over. They did not have any reason. They did not have any reason to do it. So they were like, okay, how do we hand this guy over? Under what context? He said, stage it that he was trying to run away, that he was trying to get away, and you people arrested him, whether from the border with Cameroon, whatever, because Calabar borders with Cameroon. So they staged the whole thing that, oh, Taylor was trying to get away. And that's how they arrested him, put him on the plane. From the plane, they brought him and then delivered him to Liberian government, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They put him here, put him on the helicopter and sent him to Sierra Leone. That war crime court in Sierra Leone was not about the Sierra Leonean people. It was about getting Charles Taylor out of the Liberian politics, because Ellen was not certain, because she had a beef with Charles Taylor because Charles Taylor betrayed her. Charles Taylor was not to be president. The intention was, you go there, you head the front, we will get Doe out of power. The government fly from America will take seat. Charles Taylor took 60% of Liberia, and he said, I cannot fight, risk my life, and then other people come from America and enjoy, and he declared himself president when he became. That is the problem, and that was when the Americans also broke away from him, and that's when they used Prince Johnson to serve as a buffer to push back on Charles Taylor. Prince Johnson was also with Charles Taylor. That's how IMPFL came up. When they saw that Taylor force was still too much for Prince Johnson, then they had to bring in ECOWAS. So there's whole lot of international politics behind that thing you're reading. So the United Nations came in. That whole Sierra Leone War Crime Code was all about sending Charles Taylor to prison so that Ellen could have her reign.
But they eventually had other Sierra Leoneans who were also what they call. So not time for reading comments here.
No. Don't get me wrong. They did.
Let me put the
but the main reason for that was for Charles Taylor. They could not just investigate Charles Taylor alone. Then the world was.
This is a question I want to ask. This is a question I want to ask Shegu. Shegu, if you look on the screen, this is the main resolution of the United Nations that was passed.
Yeah.
It said, whereas pursuant to Security Council Resolution 1315 in 2000, adopted on the 14th August 2000, the Special Code for Sierra Leone. Herein, after the Special Code was created by the agreement between the United Nations and the government of Sierra Leone on the establishment of a Special Code for Sierra Leone to prosecute persons who bear the greatest responsibility for various violations of international humanitarian law and Sierra Leonean law committed in the territory of Sierra Leone since the 30th of November 1996. So the question I'm asking is the agreement between, and this is the thing that we need to discuss. Our audience need to understand this. The government of Sierra Leone and the United Nations enter an agreement to start this process. But ST, Sekou concern is, and this is where we need to also look at what Sekou is saying. Ellen could never have ever encouraged the United Nations or enter any agreement with the United Nations to start such a code because she would have been a corporate herself.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Charles Taylor could not have done that because Charles Taylor was one of the main people who were going to be part of it. After Charles Taylor was Judy Bryant. Judy Bryant was a transitional government. He did not sign it. And even after that, Charles Taylor, he was prosecuted for corruption by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Paul Biyan Bass. Ellen didn't go there. She didn't enter agreement. After Ellen was George Weah. George Weah said, no, I'm not going there. I'm paying attention to how we develop a country. Joseph Boakai is there, and Joseph Boakai now is implementing that. So the question is in both sides. Whether ST is right, that Joseph Boakai is not betraying anybody. He's just following his mind. He told the people that we're gonna end impunity. We're gonna end impunity. And how to end impunity is to bring the war crime code. And he said
Joseph Boakai is just looking at Ahmed Tijan Kaba right now. Because Tijan Kaba was a clean person in the Sierra Leone presidency who didn't have any record with war.
Joseph Boakai said it. Joseph Boakai said it to when he was in an interview with Alan White. So he didn't hide his intention. He made it clear. This is why
we've been on this journey together for a long, long time. And I wanted to thank you.
Let me take it from that. ST, I want you to listen to it. Check what I want you to listen to it again. With the opening comment of Alan White. What did they do together? Let's play it one more time.
We've been on this journey together for a long, long time.
And Alan White been on this journey for a long, long time. Joseph Boakai or who?
Joseph Boakai and Alan White have been on the journey for a long, long time.
Long time.
From the time he was vice president, they've been discussing, and that's why Ellen did not want. That's why Ellen did not support him to be president, because he was going to bring in a war crime code that will implicate her. That's why she did not support him, and she did not support him for the second time. She supported Weah. So again, like I'm saying, those who say, I don't forget about Henry Costa. He's junk. Okay. There is no betrayal. Joseph Boakai has no time to Prince Johnson, support me to be president and I will protect you. He never said that to Prince Johnson. If he said that, Let them bring the recording. He has never
He
said that.
didn't say
If
it.
he had said that, Prince Johnson would have already mentioned it, that this man promised me he was going to. So if I did not promise you that I was going to protect you, and I said Yeke Koluba, all of them, the reason they supported Joseph Boakai, they said because they wanted War Crown Court to come. So that was one of the main key point in the campaign against the CDC, and that's how they won, because they wanted War Crown Court. So Prince Johnson knew that. So now when he supposed War Crown Court, somebody wants to call that a betrayal. Do you know what betrayal is? Betrayal means we had an agreement and you breached that. Then you sold me out.
But even Henry Costa himself knew that the Prince Johnson thing, what are the American government wanted Prince Johnson? The American government or international community, as he posted, wanted the War Crime Court establishment in Liberia. Now, if the document you were previously posting from the resolution, it was the American House of Representatives. That's the resolution. They had to agree to support the War Crimes Court in Liberia. They agreed on that they will support it. So
yeah,
it's
the previous one I put up. The previous one I put
yeah,
up,
the previous one. It's a public document that they already resoluted.
Chegu,
Yeah.
I want us to push SK. You myself will be on it here. I think we'll be on one side. We won't push ST for a little bit.
Okay.
ST said, "Why now?"
Why now?
So my question is, why not now? Let's listen to Joseph Boakai. Why now? In this clip.
I just, we've been on this journey together for a long, long time. And I wanted to thank you for the phone call. And I just wanted to ask you again, why did you want me to come over here when you...
Well, you've been a good friend of Liberia, and I don't see it just as a duty. I see it as a concern for a country that you have interest in, and you pursue that, and we believe your concerns are genuine, and so we've opened the door for us to work together. That's why we call you.
Well, Mr. President, I can't tell you how many people worldwide, when they read your speech and you talked about having an office of the War Crimes and Economic Crime Court to facilitate the creation of this tribunal, international tribunal here in Liberia, to bring the justice to the people. I heard it from the U.S. My phone blew up, as you can imagine. People said I could not believe, and they were so ecstatic and elated. And since I've been here, I've heard the same thing. So I wanted to thank you again and give you full assurances that we will do everything we can to help you bring justice for the victims of those 250,000 people that were killed during the 2 civil wars that happened.
Well, Alan, in every country, and especially a country that boasts of independence, 176 years, and you know very well that it is because of the impunity, the disrespect and disregard for justice.
Have your reason for why now. Joseph Boakai, we can criticize Joseph Boakai all we want. We can beat him all we want. In fact, ST, you call this man and his group, they are lazy liars. You disagree with him. Now you agree with him today. But how can you argue also that this is belated? Why now, when Joseph Boakai said this country is 176 years old, we cannot continue to have a situation of impunity, disrespect, and disregard to the people who were affected by this war. To do it. Now he want to do it, but you say, why now? Why not now?
When I say why now, the why now is not the JMB. The why now is to the international community, because they watched the horror that were unleashed upon Liberia for 14 years as a country. We saw people rip people's heart out of their chest and they ate it. We saw people rape people intestine. They use it as a gate. They tie it on pole across road for cars to pass. We saw the kind of heinous crime. They raped babies out of stomach. They did all kinds of things. I think that was a place for the International Criminal Court to have said, nope, we have to clean up Liberia. We got to do something about Liberia. More than 20-something years. So JMB is the one who has to come. And the reason I'm saying why now is because the very people who masterminded these heinous crimes, okay, those were the people the international community supported. Ellen Johnson, she planned this war. She masterminded this war. She funded this war. She was the one traveling everywhere. She was the spokeswoman of this war. Ellen was on BBC almost every day from 1989, 1990. Commanding Charles Taylor, why are you delaying? Hurry up, go. Destroy Monrovia. We will rebuild it, level the mansion. Ellen was the major player behind it. So how could the international community sit down and say the arsonist is the one that should run the country for 12 years? And then they invested billions of dollars and she squandered all this money, she and her cronies. Okay, that's why I'm asking. People like Prince Johnson, you sat back and let him to be senator for how long? All the warlords, George Bullard, all these people, they squandered the wealth. Why did you allow that to happen? That's the question. And now, all the people who masterminded the murder of our people, after they have led and they ran the country the way they wanted to, now you're supporting into war crime court. That's somebody like Ellen now. What are you going to do to her? Her foot is already in the grave. She destroyed people and got paid for destroying people billions of dollars. That's all I'm asking. Why now? Why now?
And ST quickly, the United Nations or the international community, they question why now. They can also be held, in contempt, if we might say, or responsible for it, because none of our leaders ever requested. We kept looking at United Nations and Sierra Leone signed. But Mr. Gibson Gerald, will you agree with me that the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone by then, Tijan Kaba, was the one who requested the establishment of the special court in
That's
Sierra
the
Leone?
question I was going to ask you. Those
Yes.
other places, the international criminal
Yes.
court, were they the ones
Yes,
that-
and that is, yes, let me just bring it quickly. It was Tijan Kaba who requested the establishment of the special court in Sierra Leone. Just this place that I'm showing you, I think you can see it. After Sierra Leone President Ahmed Tijan Kaba requested that the United Nations form a court to try those responsible. Requested, I think you can see it.
That's
Only
it.
inside here. So there has been no president that have requested that except Joseph Numa Boakai. Except Joseph Numa Boakai. So this is what the international community was waiting for someone to do this, to make this particular request. Like we said, Ellen couldn't do it. Like we said, George Weah said he wanted reconciliation. He wanted to focus on country development. Boakai said, we need it. We want it. So Liberia has been the hold on for the question, why now? We have not been wanting it through our leaders, because our leaders have been, allegedly accused of, as perpetrators. Ellen, yeah, we all know we say alleged, but she contributed.
Yeah, but no. I will still disagree with you on that, because there are two things that requested. If the man who came to burglarize your house, broke in your house, scattered all your things, killed some of your family members, if that same man is the one running investing, what do you expect? So there are two ways the Liberian people have requested war crime court ever since. The Liberian people have been crying out for war crime court. The international community sponsored Liberia, even the TRC. Our own elections, we can't even hold our own elections. We don't have the budget for it. It's still the same international community. So if the international community wanted to help Liberia with the war crime court, they would have made that as the what's the word that I want to use? As the standard to say, hey, the country, the ordinary Liberians are crying out for war crime court. we have to do a referendum. We will sponsor the referendum because it's not. There are two ways we could request. We could request the war crime code through a referendum, or the president, like Tijan Kaba, requested. Ellen would never have done it. Other people wouldn't do it. But that's what the Liberian people wanted, because it was our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, our parents that were murdered. Okay, so we would have done a referendum, and then the referendum, Liberian people were overwhelmingly voted that yes, we want a war crime code, and the international community through the United Nations would have done it again. The reason the international community were not forceful is because they wanted Ellen to be president. Period. That was it. They just wanted, and while protecting Ellen, you cannot protect Ellen and then penalize other people. So they just allowed things to slide. Liberia didn't have money 2003, 2005, did we have money to run elections? We did not have money to run elections. So if we have made that as a standard that before we can sponsor anything, we must make sure there is an adherence to war crime code. War crime code would have happened, and guess what would have happened? Ellen wouldn't have ran, Prince Johnson wouldn't have been senator, all these murderers, warlords that destroyed the country, none of them would have been in politics. That was the conclusion of the TRC report. After they spent millions of dollars, the TRC, who is Ellen to reject the TRC report? Because the international community wanted Ellen to be there. That's what I'm asking. I'm not against the war crime code, but why it's a travesty, it's a mockery of justice that the people who ran the country, that murdered people, they came back and they ran the country and embezzled billions of dollars, and now suddenly we want war crime code. That's all that I'm saying. I'm happy that the war crime code is coming so that Ellen is still alive. Let her stand trial. Prince Johnson is still alive. Let him stand trial. Nimla is still alive. Let all of them stand trial. But all that I'm saying, it could have been done earlier, and it would have been more effective. And then Ellen would never have been president. Prince Johnson would never have been senator. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think you got a point here. Like I said, I had a soft spot for the TRC. Unfortunately, my soft spot is getting a little bit weaned, and I'm kind of a little bit faced towards the war crime court, and because the TRC, if it was going to be implemented, if it were going to be ratified by the Liberian Parliament, we probably would not even be talking this.
Yeah.
The only concern I have is it going to be a legal jeopardy for Liberia that any testimony that was offered by these people at the TRC can be used against them? It's because the law is still on the book. They have not repealed the TRC law yet. And the TRC law say, look, it is, if you people go come and testify and you tell everything that you did, we're not going to take it and use it against you. This is where my soft spot come from with TRC. You can't promise me Gibson here. Esty, you and Segu here, you got a panel and say, Gibson, come to the talk show. Tell us everything you know. We'll not go and we'll not sue you for it. I agree to you. I come here and tell you every bad thing I've done. Then you say, well, we'll sue you still.
Yeah, but that question has been answered by the current Speaker of the House of Representatives, Jonathan Fonati Kofa, in his interview with the BBC. He said there is no impunity. There is no immunity for any of the people who stood before the TRC. That there was no immunity. The video.
I disagree with him.
Yeah, but
I think he was speaking in politics. You were not speaking law. The law says if you came and testify, we will not use the evidence against you. Fonati Kofa can say all that you want to say. The law is still on the board, ST.
I know.
Isn't the same law that says if you want to take power in Liberia, you should do it through elections? So while the other people disregarded the law and step on the constitution and brought war in the country.
They call it force majeure. That one, they call it force majeure. If you brought war and the people that's supposed to hold you, the people that's supposed to hold you accountable, you move it from there. Nobody will hold you accountable. But in this case, you got a force majeure. If I'm president, you can't move me, Segu, and I'll fire high so you can move me. But if you just in case you succeed to move me, I also hold you accountable. I'm not holding you accountable because I'm not there. You in power. You have all the military, so that's force majeure. But Fonati Kofa, I listen to Fonati Kofa. That's why I don't want to believe what he says. He's speaking like a politician. He's not speaking like a legal man. And as a legal man, before we can determine whether there will be no law, can they repeal this law if they are really serious? Can they repeal it?
They can. If they really want the war crime code. But again, like I said, I listened to one of Prince Johnson's statement. He said the war crime code thing is not going to go anywhere. And Sheku tried to give us some proof of that. That under it was stalled in the Senate. Now it's gone to the Senate. Let's see. There could be some influences from other quarters that might stall the whole thing. And then, like Prince Johnson said, not rightly said, but like Prince Johnson said, that the war crime code is not going to go anywhere. Let's see whether he has some insight that he knows something that we don't know. But as it is right now, like I said on one of the shows, I'm not going to give my full weight. I will wait and see how things play out, because this is Liberia. I mean, anything can happen. Anybody can be influenced. You know, some brown envelope can change hands. Some things can happen. Politicians.
Okay, let's look at Prince Johnson concern. Then I will let Sheku to read some of the comments. Let's look at Prince Johnson concern. Prince Johnson says this. Let me put it there. Then I will tell you why I brought it on. Prince Johnson is concerned about certain things. This is why he concerned.
Those who wrote the speech, I was so sorry that the bishop should come. In inauguration day, everybody happy. We are rejoicing over the defeat of the old regime. We are rejoicing about the effort to bring a new regime. Then we sit down with happiness. We go write paper for that 79-year-old man. He's struggling to read. Then you go there, I will tell United Nations, I will tell US, I will bring one man for you. Because you think one man for Prince Johnson?
And that's the point I want to make is, he says, we defeated the opposition. We are rejoicing. Instead of us continuing to celebrate, then you put there, you will bring war crime code, you bring war crime code. So what he's trying to say from my deduction is, Joseph Boakai, do you have focus at all? Do you really think positively about this country? I'm speaking for Prince Johnson now. I'm speaking from your heart. You're not being there, but I'm in Prince Johnson's heart right now. Joseph Boakai, what's wrong with you? Are you kidding me? You don't have any focus for the country. You don't know we need development. We say we came to rescue. We're not even rescue now. You're trying to talk about war crime code. You know how long it's going to take you to put this country back together when you start running behind people to take them to war crime code? Are you trying to destabilize the very government that you want to build? That's what Prince Johnson is saying here. How is he wrong? Teku, tell me, how is he wrong?
Prince Johnson, that Prince Johnson just go sit down. If you got influence over the Senate as they did before in the past, and I'm sure that one of the reasons why that particular war crimes code was not being accepted by the Senate was because President Weah himself never pushed. Apparently, to give political protection to the very Prince Johnson, the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the George Bulley and other people who he felt they were part of it. And if George Weah had won for this second time, George Weah was going to do the very same thing that Joseph Boakai is doing right now. You go up, you come down. I remember once upon a time when he had a meeting in his compound, he was very angry. And he said, this time, if I win, I promise nobody job. What I will do is what I will do for the Liberian people. It means Weah knew that one way or the other, he messed up somewhere because he listened and allowed people will to be done. But I don't blame him, because politically, he said in one of his videos, I'm now a politician. They forced me to come here because they wanted to do it in their own selfish interest. He said that when he went to one of those areas that he was opening, when he spoke to the television. So they think is, for me, I say it's like a Willy cartoon. You're not fools, but you are compared. So if the Senate also try to play around it, because we never saw the involvement
of this Alan White during the WEA administration, and he was not being invited by WEA openly like this to have the kind of meeting. Now we are seeing people coming up. You know, Mr. Jerome, that one thing I want to bring right here.
Mm-hmm.
We know that this thing affected other countries in Africa, like Nigeria, South Africa, and so other places. But do you know that over the last decades of years, we have not experienced an internet in this country shutting down the whole country for almost like a 24 hours? Something was happening. That thing will come up. It's not normal.
I thought about that too.
Something is happening and that thing will come up. So let them be there. Let when in former pro tempore Abachi go sit down and read letter. Let them feel that they will delay the process. Where we have 200 million sitting down in corner, if they come over there and start giving people 100,000 just now, nobody can be protect. Our lawmaker then they already let their own money. More precise, they now went over there for themselves.
Let them bribe the Senate. It's in the bribe the Senate or not?
If they will cause them to bribe the Senate, they will bribe the Senate. Their war crimes court must be established. Because they will play on it. They will use intimidations inside there. Imagine Darius DeLong, who most of his press conferences, he went and received petitions for the establishment of war crime courts. He sat down on public media. We got video for him. He spoke about the war crimes court. Darius DeLong is not speaking at this point. This is why S.T. Seli said, I don't trust him. From the day he said he shamed his mother, I don't trust him.
No.
Now they are sitting down. Yombly, Kanga, Lawrence, and others, when they went to other places for campaign issue, they sat down and those things were said. That George Weah had played complete reluctancy for the establishment of the war crimes court. Today, these people are sitting down and somebody holding the papers in their hand at the resolution here. Then one person is asking, we want to know whether the resolution is a bill.
That now you don't know what resolution is about. You don't know what resolution is about? No, Shegu.
One of them were asking that question in the place.
You provoke my anger right now, and the anger is a cool anger because I don't know whether our country we can ever see people who really are principle minded go in there and remain principle minded. It looks like there's a demon in there. There's a demon in there. Some kind of water in there when they drink it. They can forget themselves. I think that what can happen in that place. Because the very people who were tough, who were elected on the basis of what they stood for, the Liberian people elected them because of what they said, what they spoke, what they said they stood for. The principle they express, the toughness they express. And you are right, Sekou. Why is Darrell they're not calling press conference to urge the way you were calling press conference fast on the George Weah, calling press conference, appearing on radio station and telling the people, encouraging the other lawmakers to unite, to not confirm George Weah nominees, to not do this, to not do that. What does it take, ST? What does it take? Okay, you tell us. How much do we give Darrell Delon to hold press conference to tell his colleagues to try to pass the thing? You tell how much we're getting? Because I know he's in a press conference where Darrell Delon is telling his colleagues and say, let's pass this. These are the people of law, senators that we have right now that we can depend on as you are doing it with George Weah administration. What's wrong with him now? Anyway, ST, you will not answer. Let me go to the comments here. Sheku, can you read the comments for us? You have the chance tonight to do that. You got live screen. I got very small screen tonight.
Oh, I was on mute.
Okay, I think Sheku is streaking his eyes. Let me read the comments here. I don't know if Sheku can read it when I put it there.
I can read it for you.
Yeah, read it when I put it there.
Indomitable Jasmine says that's why others are calling on President JMB to pass an executive order on the WECC.
The War Economic Crime Court.
Yeah. Indomitable Jasmine comes again. Sheku, that's why we're calling on the president to pass the executive order to solidify his political will.
And she's speaking a lot here tonight, but let me bring somebody else in here.
William K. McDavis, Mr. Salif, where were you from
1989 to 1997?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
No, but I saw 2989, maybe in 1989. So I was trying to understand what does it mean, 2989. So, Mr. Salif, where were you from? I'm sure it's 1989 to 1997. I was
they corrected themselves down in the last.
They corrected themselves down there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to this one.
Liberia. Indomitable Jasmine comes back. That's why Liberians are calling on President JMB to pass the executive order. That order will override the TRC agreement with the perpetrators. That means I think she's talking about the immunity clause. ST, the special court also prosecuted key actors in the Sierra Leone war right from Sierra Leone. Today, all those guys are history. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did not say they did not prosecute, but it was mainly because of Charles Taylor. They did prosecute those people. Indomitable Jasmine comes back again. Exactly, Gibson, W. Jeru. All key players in the Sierra Leone war were prosecuted right in Freetown. They were sentenced to prison, and most of them died in prison.
That's true.
Indomitable, but ST, when the court comes now, Ellie and others will still be prosecuted. Yeah, after they have embezzled billions of dollars. So if she never became president, it would have hurt her more than after becoming president for 12 years. There's nothing more she wants. Her foot is already in the game.
Oh my God.
That's
we take the last comment from Jasmine.
Indomitable Jasmine.
No. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
ST, it took Cambodia more than 3 decades to establish their court. By the time the court was established, the major perpetrators in Cambodia were already old, yet they faced justice and were punished by the courts. Yeah, that's the same thing I want.
Okay, you argue against. No, ST, this is for you. You are saying why now? Jasmine is proving that your why now is not necessary because you say you are talking about the delay in the United Nations to come to our rescue. But the United Nations did not go to Cambodia rescue immediately. When it went, those people who did it they still punished them. That's what Jasmine is saying. So does Jasmine convince you that we can go ahead?
No, I'm still not convinced. What I'm saying is I'm not against the War Crime Court. I'm happy that finally it's coming. All that I'm saying, it could have come sooner. You come to rescue me when I still have my 10 fingers is better. Not after waiting till I lost 8 of the fingers, you still come to rescue. It's the same rescue. But if you had come sooner, it would have been better. That means Ellen would never have been president. Prince Johnson would never have been senator. But all the people who perpetrated the evil, they were the ones running the government. They were the ones who embezzled billions of dollars. And now the War Crime Court is coming. I am happy for it. Let us not miss the thing. I'm not against the War Crime Court. All that I'm saying, it should have come a little sooner.
Okay,
it's better late than never.
We have 25 minutes to midnight on Sheku's side. So let's make a quick turn here. Let me post something on the screen here. And ST talk about it when in his opening comment. And I just want to make sure that we do not overlook it. He talked about individuals who want to disgrace themselves. For me, I can call it disgrace themselves. The executive mansion has a website where when the president makes an appointment, the document is placed on the executive mansion website. In this situation, the individual who the senator, Prince Moi and others, even the commerce minister, all joined together to carry him. This guy name was not on the executive mansion website. In fact, even to make it worse, his name was on the executive mansion website as member of the board of Liberian Petroleum Refining Company, LPRC. So it was specified what position he held. But Prince Moi and and the party chairman, Reverend. You see, that's what. Look, and we got to talk about that Reverend thing there, because they cannot be having the kind of position and behave in manner and ways that bring aspersion on the position. But here is the document. Those tenured officers, those tenured officials at the LTA sued the Liberian government. And let me read that. It's not something that we can actually, it's not definitive yet, but it is something that where did I put it? Okay, it is something that is it's a Edwina Crum Zaba chairperson, Ezra Akesanya James, Baye Zatowon Titus, and Osborne Dix, commissioners, Liberia Telecommunication Authority, Republic of Liberia petitioners, versus the Executive Mansion of Liberia of government by and through the Ministry of Justice and all prosecutors of the Ministry of Justice, Republic of Liberia, and one of the people that Joseph Boakai appointed, nominated to take one of these people from the position. Patrick Horner, a very good friend of mine, was also appointed to go to LT as a commissioner. Clarence Kotu Masekwe was one of the people who was also appointed to go to LTA. Ben A. Fofana and Angela Bush-Cassell, respondent, and the charge, the action is petition for a writ of prohibition. So the prohibition was filed by these people, Justice in Chamber, before Justice in Chamber, what the man name? Justice in Chamber. Let me see here. Justice in Chamber. Where are you? Kaba. Yusuf Kaba. Justice in Chamber, Yusuf Kaba. This writ says, you are to the Brigadier General of the Supreme Court of Liberia. You are hereby commanded to notify the executive branch of government of the Republic of Liberia by and through the Ministry of Justice and all prosecutors of the Ministry of Justice, Republic of Liberia, and Abdullah Kamara, Patrick Horner, Clarence Kotu Masekwe, Ben A. Fofana, and Angela Bush-Cassell, respondents in the above entitled cause of action, to appear by filing their returns, their returns before His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba, Associate Justice of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia, presiding in chambers at the Supreme Court of Rome, Temple of Justice on or before March 23, 2024, at the hour of 4 p.m. to show cause why the petitioner's petition as prayed for should not be granted. You are further commanded to instruct the respondents herein to file their returns to this writ in office of the clerk of this honorable court, and on or before the said 23rd day of March 80, 2024, and to read to them the original and leave a copy of the writ prohibition with them. That is what the LTA, the 10U position, they filed out that lawsuit. They are telling the Supreme Court, we want you to intervene here. Now, after it comes back to the same law we were talking about earlier when I talked about the statute that created the
TRC.
The TRC. The laws are still on the book. This one also is a statute, it's a law. He said, no, Supreme Court, please come to our assistance, because we were not supposed to be removed for 6 years. We were supposed to be in this position for 6 years. We are tenured position people. It doesn't matter which government take over. This president has no right to remove us without cause, because the law says you must have removed them because of corruption, embezzlement, and other criminal acts. In this case, they haven't done anything, but the government of Boakai want to remove them. They are resisting. Even shameful. The people are going to the tenure office like NASCO without any authorization and trying to remove people from their position, ST. What?
Yeah,
What are we looking at here?
That's the shameful thing. They went there and they tried to intimidate the people. They went with a show of force. And they said, oh, President Bouaka wrote a letter and he signed. Oh, you don't believe us? They only kept talking. They never brought out that letter. They never watched on that tape that they took that letter and said, this is the letter the president wrote with his signature. They only spoke about it. Oh, you don't believe us? You think we will come here, we will lie? We are eminent citizens and that. The first thing you should have done as you enter that office was to take that letter from your file and put it on the desk. That this is from the president, and let them see if the president also copied them.
If you listen to Kemu Moi, the senator for Bon County, when he got up from his seat, he said, and you want the right thing to be done, we're going back so that the right thing can be done.
So they knew they didn't do the right thing.
He himself knew that they didn't do the right thing. And it was bad for that girl to have made them to understand that they ought to know better.
Let's play that video that
that girl should be celebrated.
Let's play the video that Sheku is referencing.
Yeah. So that's the president. Yeah. We don't want the president to send communication, official communication. It is not sufficient.
Senator Boyu, can you just let us know if you speak with them? It's not fine. It's regular line.
No, they won't know the.
What do you guys want? You want to let
Hello?
Steve, look at this stupid question.
Why you guys want? You want a letter?
Stupid question the man is asking. You not getting put a letter? No. I give up, man. I give up.
They didn't go with any letter. They went to intimidate.
And that party chairman was sitting over there with I hear you see looking like that. The man was so confused until he started calling the guest sir instead of madam.
This is what Sheku is talking about. This is what Sheku.
Yeah.
So that's the president.
Yeah.
We don't want the president to send communication, official communication. It is not sufficient.
Senator Boyu, can you just let us know if you speak with them? It's not fine. It's regular line.
No, they won't know the.
What do you guys want? You want to let
But you can't go there. No. You can't subject us to that. I mean, we just.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. He's brought a piece of information. If you don't honor it, that's all right. You can go and the authority that sent him was saying follow the right procedure. We don't have to do that. We are not in any confrontation.
Authority that sent us will follow the right procedure. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. What are you talking about?
What were two senators doing there? What was the party chair? That very party chair
they will follow the right procedure. You see how the people they can behave sometimes like Buka, they see poo on the hook, then they go to take it so that they can be whole. Will follow what they were in their hair. They have problem with their hair or they went there.
Yeah, the girl embarrassed them. They got up there, they left in shame. They should never ever think about. And the letter you read about the petition, you gotta know at the time they went to the NASCAR office, the Supreme Court had already intervened in on the tenor thing, and the Supreme Court had put a hold on the tenor thing. So they were not even supposed to make that move. And they go there lying with a straight face that the president wrote letter. Oh, you think we will be lying? Bring the letter that the president wrote. If the president is writing to remove a tenor position, the least he can do is to copy that office, is to send a copy of that letter to the office. You did not send a copy of the letter to the office. It's not on the executive mansion website. It's not on anything, but you just show up and she's supposed to believe you because you're the gods of the country. You show up, they should just give up. I clap for that lady, and I wish all other person would stand up like she stood up. She was one of my international women.
Let's play the I edited the part that I wanted. Let's play the 4 minutes. Let's come to the point where the man called the guest sir.
I watched that over and over.
He got confused. He was doing he called sir. More than
communication sent to NASCAR. There had to be an official communication placed on website. So of this. So I told him that and he said you all were coming. So I said, okay, then we can re-adjourn the meeting.
So you want to adjourn the meeting?
No, I mean this is why we adjourn the meeting. Because I told him that example which only people. Now that you people have come, I will reiterate what Dewey has said. And Father has said he should reconfirm with the Executive Nation. Dewey has been informed that he's still in charge of NASCAR. So Councilor Connect should reconfirm with them. And he has not received any official letter or I've seen it to the Executive Nation website. So Kuru follow, let me call Dewey. He's online, so I can with this.
Look at their faces. Look at their faces.
That's the problem. It's not.
Yeah.
So that's the president.
Yeah, honorable.
We
are on. No, it's better we all.
No, it's not necessary. You already relayed the message to us.
Oh, yeah, we are in a meeting.
So many of we don't want the president to send communication, official communication. It is not sufficient.
Senator Boyu, can you just let us know if you speak with them? It's not quite regular line.
They won't know that.
What do you guys want? You want a letter from the...
Good morning, I'm going to put you on speaker, so for the Ministry of State, I can't tell you right. I don't even know the president.
Honorable
Vamos,
we can't go there. No. I mean, you can't subject us to that. I mean, we just.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. He's brought a piece of information. If you don't honor it,
yeah.
That's all right. You can go and the authority that sent him will still follow the right procedure. We don't have to do that. We are not in any confrontation stuff. So.
Hello?
So, sir.
Okay, you say.
He called him woman son. Now what guilt can do? He's so grateful. He know what to say.
I don't want now. He said answer more than 2 times.
3 times.
You are
He's selling
confused.
like 2 or 3
I
times.
beg you, yeah.
I gotta go jump on another show. I'm out of time.
Yeah, we done here. We done here. Oh my God! Look, you know, I can't wait for our thing to be up. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh my God!
They were happy.
Oh my God! But look, ST, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow again.
God bless you, everybody. Have a good night.
Okay, that's ST there. Okay, you know, Sheku, the people they don't know how to be stupid. How you can be stupid until you're stupid yourself? Can you imagine? They may ask the ice king, do you want the president to send you a letter? What do you think it's all be? You think you're just walking the place? You got no letter, you got no authorization. The president didn't write, the sitting president say, hey, you have been relieved of your duty, and this person will be taking over. Please make sure that all transition process is smooth in the interest of institutional building. Nothing like that. You didn't have nothing. No, your king then asking the woman, yes, sir. You want?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I just send you a link. Maybe the next time we're coming back, we will look at that. To see a man of God, a pastor, a reverend, who will actively get involved in politics. Whether it is right. He called himself Reverend Luther Tape. And he's actively involved into politics as a party chair. I sent you a link. It had biblical references. It had biblical references to tell him that it is condemned and it wasn't practiced at all biblically. It's not supposed to be. So he's misplaced.
You know, the people, this is what happened when they have the wrong motive for the country. People were not ready. They were not even expecting to win.
It's surprise. The jail you're looking for something in the air.
Yeah. You know,
you saw
the girl, You saw the girl, you want the girl, but the girl, the Jew too big for you. And you looking at it, that Jew there, I want to show you.
That example is still far.
Then you go test the Jews more, the Jews say, oh, I agree, oh, your whole head rise. You got to test a Jew, you say, you want a Jew. The Jew, what you not expect to even look your way. Then you say, I agree. Then your whole head rise. You go tell all your men, you even know how to handle the information.
You know how to handle it.
You know how to handle it.
They're
Even to
looking
go
for
back to her to invite her to your hall, you're not able to do it anymore. She will be trying to pet you now and see. The people were not even expecting to win. And when they won, they didn't know what to do with the victory. This is what Joseph Boakai has done to us. Very disorganized government. Disorganized to the extent that they do not even remember that they appointed somebody in a position. They have to appoint a second person to that position. Not once, but twice. Appointing people as board chair to the position and appoint the same another person to that same position, and they do it on the other side. What kind of how can we criticize George Weah? Hey man, we criticize George Weah. They may know nothing. They may not only thing know that soccer. Then you can't do worse than what the men did.
Me, I blame Joseph Boakai. I blame you for myself about it.
Anyway, thank you very much, Sekou. We very good show here. We will continue to hold our government feet to the fire. I can't wait right now. I'm worried because every time my plane thing come in, I start getting worried. I start getting worried about getting in a plane. I don't let fly at all. I don't let fly at all.
Sorry.
If I can take the driving from here until Liberia, I will drive 20 days. I don't mind. But that flying business, to go way up there and come down, it's not easy.
It ain't easy, that's true.
Yeah, it's very depressing. Sometimes you can force yourself to sleep. Sneaking if you can. Because when you go, then you're scared. Because sometimes up there, the plane can shake more than when you're on the ground.
Yeah, the whole thing, no, when something happen, you will say, let me go host it.
Don't be easy, I beg you, please. Stop it before I cancel my ticket.
They get played the host thing.
I gotta cancel my ticket.
No. I beg you, they get played the host thing.
But man, you know where it be? Man, look, I swear, man, every time in my time to fly, it can be closer, I will worry. But with God there, we'll make it. We'll arrive in Monrovia safely. And I want to say thank you very much and a good show. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Sekou, I love it with you.
Folks, that's all the time we have to be with you tonight. We hope to be here again tomorrow evening. My name is Sekou Nkrumah. It's a very big thank you to Gibson Jaru. This is Blaze Communication Network. Hopefully the FM will be on April. We're anticipating that April will be putting up a 2,500 West FM broadcast. As we progress, we will move on to bring you up to a 5,000 web broadcast transmitter in Liberia. But whatever the case is, and however it's going to be like, let's say thank you for joining us. Bye-bye. We are out.